let's talk about principal-agent problem. This problem exists when one person, such as agent, acts on the behalf of another person, who we call principal. Problems can arise when incentives of a principal and an agent differ, and in case of incomplete information. So let's look at the examples. Let's start with an example where employer is a principal and employee is an agent. So employer, a principal, hires an employee to do some work for them. Some of the interests are in line, but not all of them. What common interests do they have? Well, obviously they sign up a contract, both of them did. So employer wants to hire an employee, and employee wants to probably keep his job. So they're interested, both of them are in creating a certain type of product that's going to satisfy both of them. But some of the interests are not really in line. They have non-common interests. What non-common interests they have? Well, employer is motivated by profit. He's trying to get as high of a profit as possible. That's not employee's job though. He would like the firm to be successful, but not necessarily to get the highest possible profit, because employee's salary is really not going to change depending on what kind of profit employer is making. For example, your book provides an example of a Burger King. The cashier at the Burger King is not really thinking about making that particular establishment as profitable as possible. He's not thinking about serving as many customers as possible. That employee is doing his job, whatever specified in his contract, but he's probably not going to go far and beyond to actually make sure that employer is making as much profit as possible. So what can we do in this situation? Part of the solution, as life tells us, is that sometimes we can offer bonuses or maybe profit shares. We can make employee motivated a little bit more. We provide an employee with incentives to try a little bit harder with bonuses or parts of the profits. Another problem. House owner is a principal. Realtor is an agent. They have some common interests. Obviously, they're trying to sell a house. But they also have some non-common interests. The house owner is trying to sell the house for the highest possible price. Realtor is trying to sell the house as fast as possible. The difference comes from the fact that house owner receives most of that price and realtor receives a part of that price. So if a house is selling for $100,000, realtor is going to get about $10,000 out of that deal. If the house sells for $120,000, well, house owner receives almost $20,000 more, where realtor gets about $400 more. So realtor is really not that motivated to wait and do extra work to receive extra $400. It's not bad, but he would rather move on to the next house and try to make more money with that. So what can we do in this example? I don't have a perfect answer for you, but we can try to think about some incentives that we can provide realtor with, that he's actually going to try to sell that house for much higher price than what the price would guarantee the quick sale. So maybe in this case, we can set up a certain fee for the base price of the house. And let's say if house sells for extra money, instead of getting his 6% of the house, realtor may get much more from that extra price the house is going to be sold at.